think we're good. YouTube will have a delay of around 20 to 30 seconds because I'm streaming in 4K. But I think we are there. Let me just see if we are actually live in 4K. I'll share my YouTube link to myself and check. And we are. So if you want to watch in 4K, head on over to the YouTube stream. I'll just make an announcement that we're live. Going to cast the League Swomy versus OS Plus Underdogs in 4K on YouTube, and share this link. Alright, let's go. Let's go, chat. Time to actually cast the games we're here to cast. And let's get into it. We won't speed up on super speed. We gotta catch up, though, because I am late this morning. 11:30 a.m. is too early of a start time. But anyway, we'll have a big Vil fight right now. It'll be Swomy to the northwest. OS Plus Underdogs to the southeast. And it'll be Valessa, the Max, and Amalius against Crux, Raid, and Backwards. AKA Tep Backwards. Yes. So, Crux versus Amalius at the front. Big Vil fights, Goths versus Aztecs. And they'll start off by fighting on that wood line. Both players losing a Vil. I'll have some more Xing in the back from Valessa, so pretty much what you usually see on this map. Vil fight Civ, Archer Civ, Scout Civ, or Cav Civ, perhaps. You can FC. But lots of deer to fight over, lots of boars to fight over too. More Vils going down. As the Crux, he's gonna send more. He's gonna send more Vils. We'll have you feudal age from everyone who's not Vil fighting. Here we are. I still think douche the pocket is the right way to play this map, but maybe you're just pressured so much early on from the Vil fighting that's not possible. There is a barracks from Amalius. Where Vil's attacking it. But that will go up. And everything looks good on my end. I just gotta keep a close eye on this YouTube stream. Caught live in 4K, yes. That looks like it's still working to me. If it's not working, write something. So some repairs here as the Vils gather the berries, and we'll have an X on the other side. Scouts coming forward with a few Vils from the Crocs forward as well. The Max adding in some more Palisades. As up that gate goes up, goes right back down. The Archer comes forward. And Tom's AoE, thank you very much for the follow. Also, 3 hours ago, Nas followed, thank you. And the Scouts will find these Vils, so the Crocs will be caught way out of position here by the Max's Scouts. And this is where the Max is the Cyan Pocket. That's where he belongs. That's where he lives his life, Cyan Pocket. Not a Paladin Civ, but a Cyan Pocket nevertheless. And so far, looking at the flanks, we do have a pretty good lead here for Amalius, up by 4 Vils. And up to the feudal age. Who are they? They are players from OS Plus. I think I've casted them a few times. There's always a question of how do I describe someone who is some person who plays a video game? I'm sure they have their own lives, daily minutiae they deal with, as we all do. Some sneak Vils from the Crocs. I know the Crocs, I've played with him a good bit. And you'll see OS Plus signing up for a lot of tournaments, especially the team game ones. So gates here from Valessa. Bunch of archers here attacking the farm. And the scouts will get in and hit some vills. And oh, that's a nice fight from Raid. Getting a nice raid in on Amalius' gold mine. And starting to amass more archers. Now we pay attention kind of to the military counts, which are slightly ahead for Suomi. And oh, that was a nice archer raid from Valessa on that wood line. But now Valessa's archers are maybe a bit out of position. Only one spear there. But Raid's still in feudal. Definitely would like to sandwich that army with his teammates' archers. Valessa's trying to escape, but that'll give the Max time to bring his scouts over. I don't think... Oh, actually the scouts ran away from Raid. Raid made a huge mistake there. Wasn't following as closely as he needed to. You go build a farm for 1 second, and all of a sudden you lose a fight that you should have won. And I think they'll still win the fight. Valessa will bring more archers over. That may mean he loses more. He might get all the scouts. This is... Yeah, the scouts can't really take an engagement there. Raid's slightly out of position in that fight. That can happen in these team games. When you manage your economy at a different time than your teammate. Oh, some archers from Amalius over too. As the Crocs is up to the Castle Age, the Crocs actually will beat Amalius up to the Castle Age. Now you're getting to the point where the Aztecs start to really be favored against the Goths, especially if they can get some Jaguar Warriors out. You get a Castle drop into Jaguar Warriors, that would be absolutely sick. These Crocs up to the Castle Age, forward workshop for him. And oak forestry being chopped still. Oh, look at that monastery foundation with the hole in the ground. So crossbows from backwards, moving forwards. Buying his team some time. Vilcan's still pretty similar. Suomi definitely feels like they have a good lead, though. Maybe there were annoying Vils over here. But the downside is the Crocs being super far behind Amalius in terms of Vils. Suomi all kind of similar. Feels like on the flank, Amalius has kept things running more smoothly than has the Crocs. Amalius able to get ballistics in there at the university, and he has a bunch of crossbows teaming up with Valessa to raid now. Valessa with ballistics too. A couple of mangonels move forward. And a couple of houses now going up backwards. As these houses go down, and the army pours on in. And now this is a tricky fight for Suomi, who don't want to get over-invested as the mangonels come over. They have more crossbows, but the cav component is lacking for the moment. And Max had added a few TCs right away, so maybe focusing on booming more so than he is on knights. And Suomi actually going to get cleaned. That was a great fight for OS. But while it's going on, Suomi's still pulling ahead in Vils. And also reinforcing their military where they still have numbers. And now, as more ecos added in, the Max has maybe a better chance to move forward with the knights. You're seeing and hearing me, so we're good on YouTube. Nice. And go... Oh, a mangonel, 1 HP survives. Max messed up his calculations there, left it alive on 1 HP. What's that P5 thing on the quarter? Oh, hello. Just Suomi things. Just Suomi things. A couple of stables there from the Max. Has that been seen? It will be seen now. They are aware of it. That's why the Max didn't have any knights. He was waiting to get his stables forward. I don't think Backwards has noticed this, and I think we're caught up to live time now. Alright, alright. Caught up to live time during the first game. I was afraid we'd end it and we'd be speeding through the second too, but we're good. We're good, and as far as I can tell, the 4K stream on YouTube is working. Crossbows hit a knight. Knight goes down. As more knights from raid come forward to pressure the crossbows. Vills under the TC for Raid have to garrison. Now, there is a bit of a push at the front, some Scorpions and a Mangonel, but 65 Vills to 38 between these flank players. Amales with a huge lead over the Crocs. And it's going to be hard for the Crocs to sustain that push, particularly since Amales also has a castle. He can make a few Huskarls too. Those will be extra helpful against the Scorpions. Aztecs do have Redemption though. Might convert a range. Unfortunately, you can't swap from buildings to units anymore. And this is mostly cleaned up now. Also, these stables, the forward Vill got cleaned. And wait, this is the Imp TC. I guess that's fine. I wouldn't put the Imp TC under the enemy stables. Maybe it's calculated, though. You don't want to queue Vills here because they'd be idled by the Knights, so you put Imp here. It still worries me, though. Valessa pushing him with his crossbows now. And Scorpion trying to clean them up. Yeah, there go the Knights. Okay, they'll just ignore the TC. Maybe this is the safest TC we've ever seen. But we have both enemy middle and pocket players on the other side up to Imp. Yeah, Crocs did not achieve much with the siege there. He did convert the university. He's getting some monks. I mean, Redemption monks are the best siege unit in the game. You always gotta remember that. Yep, Raid is not up to Imp at all. Only backwards. Valessa with a huge score right now. And, I mean, now Raid is being raided by those forward stables. I mean, the TC might destroy a stable. Maybe he needed to be queuing Vills here just so the TC would be shooting more arrows. At least he did clean the workshop. On this map, I think you do have opportunities to wall the sides quite a bit. And these stables here will just be looming with some threatening Knights inside. Raid will repair. Now there is one more push here from OS. You got a good number of Knights, Monks, Scorpions, and Crossbowmen. And it feels like a good number of Huskarls could clear a lot of these Scorpions. The Monks are important versus the Huskarls. And now, with Imp, we'll have Cavalier and Armor coming in, so these Arbs at least have their upgrades. There's Arb Bracer, and no Chemistry yet, but they do have 9 attack. And the Max will not have Paladins as the Romans. And we'll also have Bracer Arb Chemistry, so these will be better Arbs for Valessa. Particularly, they'll fire faster as the Ethiopians, too. Lacking outposts on the sides. And that's one thing Swomi will do. If you don't have vision of the sides, they will hit you. Here is a TC from a raid. But immediately will be raided by Max. Max pushing in. And these soon-to-be Cavaliers with their armor, will be all over raid space. And now this one last army might be the last fight for OS, as the Arbalests push in, and with being an Imp, they should be able to deal with the Skirms. They have enough attack to, or with the Scorpions, I mean. Enough attack to overcome the Pierce Armor of the Scorpions. Now they get to 10. And the Scorpions should go down pretty easily. Outranged also by the Bracer Arbs. And everything there should be cleaned as backwards has to fall back. Oh, the dance moves on that monk, not enough to save him. As the Scorpions go down, and this army from backwards will be chased back, but chased right into Huskarls. Don't have their second armor yet, but the Goths player is up to the Imperial Age 2. Now Huskarls, Knights, Cavaliers, and better Arbalests are chasing this. everything here looks like it'll go down. Hello, Bailo. How you doing? And Scorpion's hit by all of the ARBs as the monks come back. We'll get under the TC. We'll have a castle. Oh, there was a forward castle from the Max. He has some forward vills. He's going to try to run. The Crocs will add in a market. West doesn't think it's over yet. They want to trade. But I worry about the Crocs' TC. More days at work before summer vacation. We'll have a couple of good days at work. Have some Swomi to watch while at work. And counter castle there from Raid, so the Max is just like, yeah, I got 3 vills. I'll put the castle slightly back. And our fight here is monks go for a conversion again. Yeah, the good thing is there are no paladins, and the Magyars still have a chance to get 2 paladins, but that's a long ways off. If the Crocs can hold it, they're down by over 100 vills and 50 military. These red dots in the back keep making me think there's a raid, but just a couple of annoying palisades. They'll wall the trade for later. And Raid trying to wall, desperate to get a university up and some gates. Now keeps some Cavalier needing to run around the castle at least, but he's still open. And the Cavaliers are getting in. This wall doesn't go up in time. He's trying to come back with some knights. He can do his upgrades now. He gets the free blast furnace since he's the Magyars. Max just doing that right now. I don't see a charge attack, so I don't think there is committed tenses yet. I think that's a charge attack of the knight, right? Yep. But you can overwhelm with Cavalier numbers if you are the Romans. Still not as strong as Paladins, but committed tenses makes them train extremely quickly. You can feel almost like you're Franks with a Hunnic ally. I think that's a similar percent. I guess committed tenses with a Hun ally would be the fastest you could train. The Night Line. Some more vills going down in this raid. And Archer fight, even under the TC. But the Huskarls here are elite now for Amalius. And the Crocs desperate to get this castle up, sending his whole village. And at the same time, Valessa fighting underneath a town center. Maybe some Jaguar Warriors. I want to see the Jaguar Warriors now. And Raid stuck at around 106 vills. Not really the population you want if you want to make Paladins. And he does not have the food for the Paladin upgrade. Guilds even for Valessa, as Swomi is getting the trade set up. Max and Valessa, at least on Amalius' market there too. So Treb's hitting the castle. Castle now will crumble and go down. I'll have a couple of workshops up for Raid. Now the markets move, or the markets, the Rams move in. Let's talk about the trade. The Rams move in, and that'll lead to the GG, as Swomi takes game at number 1. So GG for Swomi. Yeah, I feel like just the key to the game was Amalius having a few more vills than the Crocs, and very good early feudal fight, where 4 vills were picked off by the Max's scouts, and never quite could match the flank. Amalius was able to contribute a lot sooner than the Crocs was. It felt like the pockets were fairly even for a while, as this graph isn't really readable. Alright, GG. I'm streaming in 4K. So I have a 4K monitor. Capture Age is in 4K. The problem I had that I finally debugged was, for some reason, I cannot use Capture Age along with the AV1 encoder. If I change to the HEVC encoder, and with that I'm able to stream in 4K on YouTube. I have no idea why AV1 Capture Age specifically doesn't work. I can do anything that's not Capture Age with it. But I think we've resolved the issue. So, let me see this. This is not the draft. Wait, let me grab the correct draft. Let me grab the correct draft. And this is me being late. Maps sieves. Alright, so Frontline won by Suomi. They have Nomad and Team Acropolis. OS has Fortified Clearing and Grand Bara. For Civs, that was just Ethiopians, Romans, and Goths against Aztecs, Magyars, and what was their middle Civ? Armenians, right? Yeah, Armenians. But yes, if you're on YouTube, let me know if you see anything involving quality or stream issues, because I'm in the very good process of debugging that. Also, time for me to eat my yogurt. And it seems like Fortified Clearing will be the next game. So a closed map, we'll see the clown civs here. Britons could be an option for Suomi, but probably would save them for Grand Bara or Team Acropolis. Vietnamese, Lithuanians, Malay, Bengalis, Poles, Burgundians, all options. Burgundians at the very end of the draft, but they feel like a pretty good civ for this map. Celts could be used here for underdogs. Saracens maybe. Berbers, Chupi feel more like a nomad civ though. Turks feel like a Fortified Clearing civ for them. And I hear clowns, Dark Noob. Hello, hello, hello. Did hear clowns. It will be a clown map. Or as close to a clown map as we get in Fortified Clearing. It's like Coast Arena without the coast, basically. It's a good map for 1v1s. I think I like it for team games. It's different than the latter version, though, because there's forest in the middle. They've launched, we'll have a 2-minute spec delay. But for Suomi, it'll be Malays, Poles, and Malians. And for OS, it'll be Turks, Jurchens, and Muisca. It's a very unique unit-focused civs on the flanks. Holes in the pocket for the max, interesting choice. Good Schlachter privilege spam, but really lacking that late game power unit. More about the timing for them. Getting a good Folvark farm economy going. Well, Lars. Oh, well, I hope your physical therapy helps you. It has helped my shoulder a bit. I've done some physical therapy recently. Not completely, though. Although I would swap from describing my issue from shoulder pain now just to nerve pain. Shoulder is actually feeling much better. And YouTube telling me stream is healthy, stream health is excellent. That is lovely. Hopefully now that I've figured out this issue. Which honestly is a very silly thing that I could have been streaming in 4K for months now. But now it's been figured out. It was a weird thing. I think it's also like a Windows 11 issue. A combination of Capture Age, AV1, and Windows 11. Because in Windows 10, before I upgraded, I was fine. But it only took 7 months, and I figured it out. So let's load into this, and just for the scoreboard, we'll do red versus blue. And we will have the icons, too. Swomy, we can add that there. I gotta do this every time. OS logo, just because we don't actually fit the entire word, we have the logo there, right? So we have OS underdogs. Yeah, that fits. I think that works, right? Yeah, then we don't cut off the name of the team. That's the thing about... these player names are cut off, too. I can remove clan tags from the player names, which I do sometimes. And just have it be like... Then that fell backwards is there. I think we'll just add that back. And reset. That resets everything. I can't type without scrolling. Alright. Hello, Lily. How are you doing, Lily? Good to see you. Cut off anyway. Right, so, Swomy here will be to the south. Malay and Malian flanks with a pole pocket, and opposing them to the north will be OS Plus, the underdog team of OS. There's another OS team with Slam. That's the overdogs, the main dog, whatever the animal would be. Now that's what Slam's team is. And we got Turks and Muisca on the flanks with Jurchins as the pocket. And Turks and Muisca, both unique unit-focused civs with Janissaries for the Turks and the Gwetra Warrior Skirmisher unit for the Muisca. Although Turks can be played in a wide variety of ways. Muisca could also Monk Rush, I believe. Are they a Monk civ? Yes, they're the monks regain faith 50% faster civ. For some reason, Mapuche and Muisca just died. For months now, I cannot get straight which civ is which. Do I know any Finnish words other than Swomy? I do not. Bailo, if he's in the chat, might. OS Dagao? No, Dagao's Onamaru now. He's Onamaru. Land of the Saunas. Is sauna a Finnish word? Or is that just a word that we use? So this version of Fortified Clearing, you have Palisades in the back, so a bit weaker in the back. You could maybe get Trushed in the back. Your stone walls are in the front. There are 4 relics in the middle, and then 1 relic in each corner on the outside. And you have a forward golden stone in the middle, but there are no neutral resources other than the relics and the central wood line. All the neutral resources are spread about in the back of the map. Yeah, means big dog? I believe so. But I do not speak Portuguese. So unfortunately I cannot give a definitive answer to that question. So the max, also the max isn't cyan, which just feels wrong to me. Part of me feels like I should be doing this to the player colors and have max as cyan and Amalius as green. But I'll keep them in the colors they picked. Oh man, the max, he needs to be a cyan pocket. I mean, for these 3v3s, cyan really should be the pocket. That's how it was originally when we did colors. DE changed the color picking system for some reason. One day we'll be able to pick positions independently of color. One day. So, Amalius up to the Feudal Age, and from what I'm seeing, will we have a Trush? Yes, we will have a Trush from Amalius. So, seeing that the Muisca probably want to go for a unique unit, he will come forward early to go for the Tower Rush, and we'll be hitting the outside Palisade Wall. This map is basically Arena, but instead of the outside being filled with forest, you have passages along the outside. And it'll be men-at-arms along with the Trush and a bear that will attack the men-at-arms. And the gate looks like it'll likely go down. Down it goes. As some vills from the Crocs head over to the berries. Latus and Gentle Man-at-Arms. That is a great name. That is a wonderful name. An arena hideout hybrid. Sometimes this map has versions that don't have walls in the back. Sometimes it is stone walls in the back. Sometimes it is rock terrain on the side, so you can't actually wall. This one also has forest in the middle. I've never seen that before. But here we have a good fight on the house here with the men-at-arms and 2 scouts. The Max helping the flank who's being aggressive. Looks like Valessa isn't doing any type of aggression himself. Didn't send his scout over. Just will be scouting the middle. There's the archery range backing up the Vinch-style Trush. Is Amalius on stone? No, he's not. So it's 1 tower along with men-at-arms and archers. Defensive tower from the Crocs on the gold. Hard to stop someone from building a tower that close to the town center. And it's mostly covered by the TC. And Amalius will dive to try to hit the Vills. That doesn't feel like a good idea. Covered by the TC, and he'll lose all the men-at-arms, and the Crocs will get the tower up. So I had to spend a lot of time repairing. Vills are idled for a bit. But all in all, does defend against the men-at-arms, walls out the archers, gets a tower on the gold, and he's pretty much safe now. Nice settlement serving as a wall, a gold mine, and a forest. And the Moiska settlements, these are the ones that heal. Yes, settlements are discounted and they heal nearby units. So that's actually nice if you're standing there and healing. Isn't the map... Oh, that's because I forgot to update the name of the map on my overlay. Thank you. Fortified clearing. There we go. Need to type words in manually. Now here is a market for the Crocs. As the archers for Amalius come forward. And we'll have Heavy Plow and Castle Age on the way for Valessa. Castle Age all coming in for OS. Or at least for Von Dutch. Crocs will still be here in feudal for a while. Meanwhile, his teammates are going to start booming. 1, 2, 3 TCs for the Turks. So no aggressive Janissary rush. No Monk rush. No fast imp. Simply a boom. No light cav. Just a simple 3 TC boom. Same from the pocket. And the Max is the poles. It'll be booming. Maybe one thing from the Max. He's building his houses along the edge of the map. Sometimes the pole players will place their houses right next to the TC on Arena. Because you're going to be farming around the Folvark. So you're just trying to save space for the Folvark farms. Now a town center going up for Valessa. The tower still is taking down the house. More houses are going up for the Crocs. Bear will be chasing a spear around the outside, but the archers will come help with that. And looks like the Max opening with a knight, so the poles might be going for knights to help out Valessa going for a push through the palisades to the west. Now this Trush basically is stalled out. The Crux has placed houses everywhere to wall, even doing the stone mining upgrade. As he's up to the castle age, and he'll be able to drop castles. Now where does he drop them? He could go forward. The other thing he could do is drop it on the pocket. He doesn't necessarily need to clean this right now since he's walled in the back. But he will need to get Vills going forward soon if he wants it forward. He might just do a defensive castle, but that will slow him down quite a bit. It's hard to do aggressive castle drops sometimes on this map compared to Arena, because you have another set of walls in the back and you have more room to fall back and run away. Also, relics in the middle are starting to get taken. And the castle will be at home. Okay. So is this aggressive enough for the Crocs? He'll secure the back of his base and take that tower down. And I guess he can go Gretcha Warriors around the outside. He does have outposts out here. And try to pressure on the outside, maybe get a forward workshop, as he is up faster than Amalius. We'll have a bit of time for it. Amalius did loop around to the pocket. We'll kill Von Dutch's scout and try to break through this palisade. Will this stable go up in time? There are more Finnish players on the way. The knights and crossbowmen come in here. This will be triple stable step lancers as an opening. And Amalius won't try to break through. His teammates may. That's a very weak palisade gate. Crossbowmen might be able to shoot over these stables and get to some farming villas. Another step lancer on the way. Von Dutch wanting to make a lot of steppies. And the knights are in along with the crossbowmen. Crossbow is able to start picking off vills. Is a vill gonna go down? And where do we have unique units? There we go. The Gretcha Warriors for the Crocs. And where does he send them? Again, this unit is basically a skirmisher. And there are just dots of outposts everywhere for the Crocs. You'll see that Amalius is up. I'll get some good vision of Amalius's base, but Amalius is going to try to take out the outposts with his archers. Play some William Wallace and knock down the outposts. Now Suomi will be trying to hide in the top corner. Looks like Von Dutch is there with the step lancers looking for the army, not able to find it. There's an X up here from backwards. Be guessing that the army's over there, but looks like it's going to swing back around. And this is all walled for Von Dutch, but maybe it could hit the Crocs. I'll have a wall straight to the edge of the map, a stone wall there from backwards, finishing up his house plus stone wall. As the Gretcha Warriors go down. Amalius. Oh, Amalius, fast imp, you were right. Malian's another civ that can do a fast imp. So this will be a tower rush straight to imp with a forward castle. And then I'll be relying upon the Max's knights to protect the castle. Or the Crocs to see it. He could try to micro it down with the Gretcha Warriors, but when Bloodlines comes in for the Max's knights, these archers were to get any type of upgrade, be it Bodkin crossbow, then they should be fine. They don't need to protect their army, they just need to dance to keep the castle up. And meanwhile, all of the other armies in the north were chased down by the Steppe Lancers, but not enough Steppe Lancers. They were downhill. Remember, Steppe Lancers are allowed to patrol stack, and you kind of need to use them effectively. That was a horrible engagement from Von Dutch. Lost all of the Lancers. And now the Gretcha Warriors are left to defend against the archers. In the middle, more Steppe Lancers coming forward for Von Dutch. Jurchens versus Poles will be the pocket matchup. Iron Pagodas, the unique unit for the Jurchens, should be great against the Polish cavalry. But you need to get there, and that's expensive. Might just be steps for now. I'll go add some chat. Alright, I'm modding some chat. Yesterday we saw how strong the Obuk are. The Obuk here are strong. Well, you're probably not going to do that straight from the pocket. I think you're more going for a cav opening usually. I mean, you could, but you need to be forward. And right now it looks like it's the Crocs who wants to be forward. He'll have support from Von Dutch. And there will be the forward castle. Amalius will counter with his own castle, and since he's an imp, he can treb that down. And he's in a position where if he gets the trebs popping, he could get 2 castles from the Crocs dropping. And the max applying pressure in the back of the base, too. As the Knights and Gibetta Warriors are forcing their way in. And crossbowmen forward will have a few siege workshops up for backwards. And the Trebs are going for the castle now. As all the knights are attacking the houses. And not quite in yet, but they could break in soon. Gibetta Warriors actually get through houses pretty quickly. And melee attack is nice against the houses that don't have much melee armor. The Steppe Lancers try to get in on the Trebs. Amalius had tried to wall them out, but the Steppies will get in time. And by destroying the Trebs, they'll save the castle. And now this forward castle, I still worry about the forward castle. I don't think building a castle right outside your enemy's walls when they're faster to imp than you is ever a good idea. I wouldn't have minded that castle had it been maybe like in the middle of the map, getting ready to secure something in imp. But this feels like you're gifting a free castle to Amalius. We'll have Cavaliers, Schlachter privileges, crop rotation, handcart, iron casting, all the good upgrades for Polish cavalry. Coming in now for the max. And he's even getting a few night raids in the back on Von Dutch. Time to see if the bombard cannon can save this. Here is artillery. Now, are there any cannon out for the Turk player? There are 2 being trained right now. Turks versus Malay is always interesting. Malay a lot faster. Arbs can deal with a lot of the gunpowder. But then Turks are still Turks. Still have artillery. Cavalier down. Everything going down there. And now the Trebs for Amalius are out. Now the Crocs can repair this castle. And Amalius is maybe a bit tight on eco from having gone for the fast imp. So if the Crocs can buy stone and repair, or if his teammates can sling him stone, which Von Dutch can't, backwards can, have to be imp to sling. You keep the castle and go Trebs, but then Trebs probably not going to be too effective if we get the Cavaliers from the max. So now the Crocs, seeing the Cavaliers, will run. Try to save his vills. There are more outposts from the max. Now look at this vision from Suomi on the map. Monks in the corners, mining camps there. And Paganini, thank you very much for the raid. As now we have the Turk artillery cannon trying to defend from Valessa. The Max had gone to the right to try to help against that castle. And I'll maybe weaken their push on the left. Nice dodge from backwards. He's taking down a lot of Arbs, repairing the castle. A Treb goes down. And artillery cannon pick off another bombard cannon. Cavaliers get 1 cannon, then go down. A Turk bombard cannon, not only do they get artillery, they get extra hit points. But I think Valessa managing to focus them. No more stone. Buying 200 stone desperately to repair. Cavaliers keep moving forward. And this is a good Cavalier flood now. Now the Schlachter privileged Cavaliers have come in. And if the castle falls, then there's not going to be the arrow fire to take them down. More Steppies now from Von Dutch, but these are just normal Steppe Lancers. Castle Age Steppe Lancers. He's on the way up to Imp, but his Turkish teammate will be losing their castle. Steppe Lancers fight the Cavaliers, and now the Cavaliers are on both sides. The cheap Polish Cavaliers everywhere for the max. He's got 44 of them right now compared to 25 military from the other pocket, and he can now raid both of the flanks. And actually Amalius now has more vills than the Crocs because the Crocs is losing all of his vills Well, what is the Croc's paying attention to? He's got so many raids, he can't figure out where to send the vills. He wants the university. But the Cavaliers will kill the villagers before they get there. And now the Trebs are here for Amalius. The Crocs will soon be 0 TC gaming with the next Treb volley. And down it goes. Pulls spam is annoying to play against. It is, and you get the timing right. And now here we are, Elite Step Lancer Conscription, the final armor. Von Dutch wanting to fight. We'll see what type of patrol he can get. But backwards now has to deal with the Cavaliers in his economy. And Von Dutch will try to chase. There are overchops, so they can run in and out if they want to. They find those holes. It's a lot of TCs, but no fletching line upgrades there for backwards. Or wait, he has one. Oh, that's just chemistry. Yeah, no fletching line upgrades, just chemistry on the TCs, so the Cavalier armor will protect them quite well. Only taking 2 damage. They are cleaned. We're seeing some markets going up there. I don't know where Suomi plans to trade. I guess down here, yeah, there's another market. As more forward stables come from the Max. Von Dutch with Elite Step Lancer. How does that fare against Cavalier? Cavalier's more melee armor, more attack. Step Lancer, though, with the range a bit faster. I'm not entirely sure who wins that. Cannon going down. Step Lancers fight the Arbalest. It's a lot of Step Lancers now. And maybe it is the Step Lancers who win thanks to the range and the ability to stack patrol into fights. That was a great fight for Von Dutch. It might be a bit too late. It feels like his flank is dying, but he still has 93 vills. There's another push from Valessa on the left. And the Crocs, well, he made a TC at least. But still 31 vills. He's not going to contribute anytime soon. And Molly's is in the main lineup, yes. I don't know where Valis is, actually. Is he playing on another team? Sometimes he plays with other teams. He plays with Suomi more for Nations Cup. Backwards. He can spam Hussars, that's true. And the Hussars would be useful now against the Arbs. He's on the Amigos, alright. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what, Barles, Valis, and Ganji now? I mean, Barles is a really good player. Probably these days individually better than Valessa or the Max. I actually genuinely wonder which team would do better with Valis on it. Yeah, they had a requirement that players had to have 5 ranked team games in 2026 on the ladder in order to be seeded. And Ruben joined a game and resigned at 30 seconds five times in a row. Then more Cavalier raids for the Max. And a 1-vil castle that Von Dutch will finally realize is 1-vil, and he'll turn to fight. There you go. So I have a Steppy over, too. That Step Lancer can shoot over, or lance over the vils. And more stables go down to the Cavaliers. There's a cannon attacking the castle. But as the Cavaliers run over the fields of Von Dutch, he'll lead his team in calling the GGs as Suomi goes up 2-0, winning on the lovely map of Fortified Clearing. It's an interesting take on a clown map, I gotta say. I don't think I like the forest in the middle. I think I'd like it without the forest in the middle. But other than that, I think it's one of the best maps in the league pool. I'd love to see some clowning. No loom for yellow? No loom for Von Dutch either. I mean, he had 119 vills. He's the pocket. He doesn't need loom. Doesn't need loom. Although he was raided several times. He probably should have done loom earlier. You're right. All right. Also, thank you everyone watching on YouTube. We got 83 viewers on YouTube. I hope you're enjoying the 4K. I play 5 1v1 games. They needed 5 1v1 and 5 team games because both ELOs were used for seeding. Seeding team games in AoE 2 is a complete mess because there isn't an active team game ladder, and there also aren't enough team game tournaments to have an accurate team game ELO like there is AoE 2 tournament ELO or the ATP system. So it's kind of a mess, and their rule was, okay, your account needs to have 5 games on it just so that it shows up on all the stats and we can give it a somewhat accurate seeding. I don't think it's an unreasonable rule. But there was already an extended deadline because a lot of players didn't meet it. So even after the extended deadline, he had gone for the 5 instant resigns. Yeah, and also it's also just against the general AoE 2 code of conduct. We had situations for the Brazilian Dynasty where there was a player who had resigned early on the ladder to the point that his account got banned and almost wasn't able to play. His account ban ended like a day before the qualifiers were starting. But yeah, there actually is some enforcement, despite what Reddit would have you believe, of people who resign early. And that is against the terms of service. Or whatever their code of conduct, whatever they're gonna call it. But they will give accounts like the 1 week ban if they see they're resigning fairly often. So if they see someone doing that, there's a chance that your like actual multiplayer account might just be banned. They have been stepping up enforcement of it. Looks like most people are casting Doubt vs. Stone Please, right? As a Specialist Cup final. Doubt vs. Stone Please was a really good set in the Brazilian Dynasty qualifier. Yeah, I don't think the beneficial to lose... Well, I mean, I guess it was beneficial to lose because you saved time, but... Considering there were a bunch of other players who had to go play 5 games... I think, to be fair to them, you should ensure people play a legit 5 games. And if you're like very clearly just trying to circumvent a rule, right? I mean, there's a question of, oh, maybe you go to play 5 games and like one of them drops in the first 2 minutes. Well, would that count? Maybe that's a more ambiguous case. This was, I think, pretty clear. Of course, I know everyone would have loved seeing Alessa, Max, and Rubenstock playing together, right? I think everyone loves the Swomi team. Oops, accidentally dropped 5 games in a row. Yeah, so the next map will be, ooh, oddly enough, Nomad. Now, of all the teams to pick Nomad against... Other than China, I would not pick Nomad against Swomi. They are Nomad experts. Did I hear handbook? You did hear handbook, Captain Cadaver. I still enjoyed that one stream where I read a handbook and gained like 200 viewers. that was quite the experience. But yeah, I'm glad that everything is working out for the YouTube stream today. And hope you're enjoying the 4K experience. This is such a weird setup for me where everything is working. I'm not used to that. I'm used to stuff breaking. And Nomad, we have the civs, so for Suomi, it'll be Bengalis, Vietnamese, and Georgians. And for OS, it'll be Celts, Japanese, and Dravidians. They didn't use Tupi here. They didn't use the Tupi on Nomad, really. Okay, interesting. So here we are. Let me put them once more. Blue and red and Suomi and OS. These are the OS plus underdogs. So we will have Raid and a swap. No Amalius will have, and all the Finnish fans in the chat can correct me on my pronunciation. Juhao? I don't know how to pronounce that. But he'll be coming on for Amalius in the south, playing the Bengalis. Just above him will be Raid as the purple Dravidians. Above him will be Raid's teammate backwards as the red Celts. The northwest then will have the Max as the cyan Georgians. Then the Crux as the yellow Japanese. And finally Valessa as the green Vietnamese, the Valessa Vietnamese. Alright, so two pairs of players are really close to each other. Blue Xing that TC already. And immediately Valessa grabs the boar. And might even grab that boar too if he sees it. Doesn't see it yet though. Yeah, so the Crocs has a TC that I am worried for him. He can maybe get one boar if the Max doesn't take it first. Right, so what do you get from doing a TC here? You get the wood, clearly. You get a shorefish. But what happens is the water in the middle takes up space. And when there's water instead of land, boars don't spawn on the water. So you're putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage in terms of collecting boars and getting them under the TC. So Valessa taking that initial boar under his TC immediately is absolutely huge, because it means essentially the only accessible boar for the Crocs is not available. And I think Valessa now, he sees that boar, and he'll probably go for it quickly. Oh, he's gonna go for another boar? Where's that? Oh, wait, that's the Max'sville. Hello, the Max. What are you doing over there? Oh, the Max just... Okay. Oh, I think he had a dockville that, like, finished a fish before the dock went up and just dropped off. Garrisoned and hopped out to drop off. That was weird. But there's Valessa taking the next boar. The question is, what do you get? The answer might be walled in and defeated. It might be. I mean, Valessa doesn't even need to wall him in. The TC does pretty much most of it here. Just a couple of houses there. And then over here, you're against the Max. And the Max has this nice buffer. Like the Max is out here playing Black Forest with all these trees. He's got gold, gazelles, stone. He's got everything he wants out here. We have backwards is a dockville over to the side. In terms of dock positioning, we'll see docks for OS are split up. Basically splitting the map into thirds. Suomi, kind of the same, a bit more biased towards the north. But all the docks for all the players are pretty spread out. So the best location then for Fishboom would be the Crocs in the south. There's no Suomi players immediately near him. Although there could be if Blue decides to dock down here. You can get an uncontested dock up in the middle. That can be nice, but also means you're cutting your production of warships on the outside. So it's a tricky balance to strike. Yeah, glad to see I survived the tornado warnings. Thank you. My power did go out briefly yesterday. I totally jinxed it. As soon as I started talking about the tornadoes, my power cut out for a minute. Then it came back and all was good. Boar taken under the TC. And Croc's already double docking. He's already double docking. And also the situation where since he has the corner to himself, he also has the best fish boom spot on the outside. And when you start doing docks in the middle, you're losing the ability to move fishing ships back and forth from one dock to another as the fish get farther away. Especially if you have your initial dock, your fish there will run out pretty quickly. X there from Raid. I mean, with this TC, part of me wonders if the best thing the Crocs could have done would have been douche. Just delete it. Attack Valesa's TC. Because then he'll have Japanese fishing ships, and he'll have the better eco than Valesa if he's safe on water. Also, with the Vietnamese bonus, Suomi will see the TC locations. Yep, and if you stay Dark Age for a while, struggle to click up as he loses a build to the TC. That does mean you could be castle dropped. I guess the good thing for the Crocs is they're so close he can wall this and essentially do an anti-castle houses and pretty much fill the whole area. Usually that doesn't work because the castle dropper will find a spot anyway. Okay, so Valesa is going to do a tower between a house and a palisade, and recognizing that Vils could hop in and out over that, the Crocs will wall it out with a house, also reinforce the palisade, and try to be walled up. Also grab a sheep. Yeah, so good wall here. This prevents a tower immediately on the back of his wood line. And if he can wall all the way down here... kind of the awkward thing is I think he actually needs a house that's one tile forward, just to make sure if there's a castle from Valesa, it doesn't actually hit the TC. Maybe like a stone gate, like diagonally right here, would actually be a nice play for stopping castles. But you gotta get feudal first for that. Hell will never be housed this game, no. It'll be like the Tupi on Regicide Fortress. There's another forward tower. Also in the south, we'll have a market. So, looks like market, blacksmith, fast castle race down here in the south. Between blue and purple, as purple's up, but a bit more slowly. Is the market and the blacksmith. On water, I don't see any fighting yet. Most players still fish booming. Backwards in the Crocs still Dark Age. Crocs up to feudal almost. This is open, I believe. How many houses has he made? He has 21 houses. And there's a blacksmith for the Crocs. And a mill also for the Crocs as another tower comes forward for Valesa. We'll have a tower up for the Crocs. And down to the south, finally a tower from Raid. That's a defensive tower on his gold. There's been no aggression down here. Neither Raid nor Juhao have lots of stone, so no castle drop either. I mean, Bengalis would like to castle drop. Dravidians might just want to go skirms. There's some castles, or some stone for Raid. Omega Fish Boom now for the underdogs. I mean, look at that. 16, 11, and 19. 19 fishing ships for the Crocs. So even though he's struggling on land, he does have a huge fish boom. And now he's got one tower up. So as long as he's able to fall back and do lumber camps, he's okay. But I wonder if the max will now just kill him over here. Oh, and Daniela, thank you so much for the raid. So, welcome in. We're casting Suomi versus the Underdogs, or the Old School Plus Underdogs. Main Old School Plus team will be the team with Slam. Oh, and Atomic, thank you so much for the sub.
Sweet Jean, I shall avenge thee.
Thank you very much. So Hulk fighting on the water now, as we have the Crocs taking a bit of a beating from all these towers, but he has a great Japanese fish boom in the south of the map. Finally, he's attacked by some Hulks. Quest resub is the highlight of your month. You get a wonderful campaign quotation every time. It's a Siege Workshop up for the max. So I need to edit my overlays and get a counter up. I'm going to do a sub goal of every 100 subs. I'll add another $100 to the Rage Forest prize pool. So thank you very much for the support. Oh my gosh, Valessa milling a single shorefish tile in the middle of his map. Love to see that. And the Croc's up to the Castle Age. Valessa looks like he's still feudal. Might be clicking up soon. But the Crocs will win the race to go up. He's doing a barracks. Yeah, he did need the mill for the market. Did need the mill for the market. These vills are just chopping the wood line here. Let's see. Is it good or bad to chop through to the max? I think the max wants to chop through, since then he can get the mangonel forward. No real stone access for the Crocs right now, so he can't castle drop. Honestly, the Crocs might want to just dock and transport ship and run away from over here. He's got a Vil there. But it's an elephant push here from blue, and pushing into raid. I'll push into the towers. Siege elephants and battle elephants. The Bengali battle elephants. So didn't go for the Rathas, just went for the elephants. Not something you usually expect from the Bengalis. Usually you're so scared of those Rathas, but against Raid, who's still feudal, there will be no stopping the elephants. He's trying to get stone, and if there's another siege elephant that comes up, I don't know how Raid ever actually gets to the Castle Age. He clicks up, but that could be a TC that goes down before he gets to the Castle Age. Here is the Max adding another TC. He's still fighting on the water against Raid. But the fishing eco definitely is favoring Old School. Another Vil for the Crocs going down. How many Vils has the Crocs lost to TCs this game? That's at least his second. There's a Max buying some stone. Oh, there's a transport ship. Wait. Oh no, it's Suomi who's transporting. It's Suomi who's transporting. And Valessa has archers now that are getting in on the Crocs' gold mine. At least he has loom. Oh, with some fletching archers, they have a bit of a hill there. That's why you love watching the Suomi games. Oh, the transport. Beautiful transport. Crossbowmen are here now. They're picking off Vils. Well, now, where's there? There's the dock from Valessa. I knew a transport ship was the play. I just thought it was from the other team. And now, if this tower, I think it has cleared the other tower, so it should keep these Vils safe from the crossbowmen if they can garrison. But now, the Crocs has 11 idled Vils inside of his TC. Still 16 fishing ships, but finally I think they're getting pushed now. Actually, no, those are his teammates' Hulks. He's actually just running out of fish. Yeah, so his fishing ships now have completely finished all the fish in the sea that are near their docks. They're going to be going far to the corner of the map. And it's kind of awkward that he can't do additional docks, because then he'd run straight into Blue's base. Could maybe try to sneak up a dock here. But there will now be a castle drop from Raid, but there's a mangonel from Blue. We have a couple of monks from Backwards coming down to help defend. And Backwards is the Celts. So we could have... all those conversions never broke. The monks don't have Sanctity, though. One monk goes down. And Blue will try to convert the elephant back. Again, no Sanctity on the monks, so the mangonel can one-hit the monks. And nice micro from Backwards. Nice micro. As I think he has to delete that elephant now. Or he gets the monk. Can the monk Can the elephant kill the monk in time? One more hit. And he does. Okay, he doesn't need to delete. Wonderful mangonel and elephant micro. And I don't know, that monk is weak, but the elephant took a weird path. I don't know if he gets there in time. And no, he doesn't. Converted back. But Raid'll not lose the TC, I don't think. I mean, he has the castle. He has his Celts player to defend him. I'm worried about the Max Boomin, though, as the Georgians. He has 1, 2, 3 TCs. And this castle from the Crocs does not threaten Max at all. And what's he going to do with the Japanese? Some samurai? I don't think the Georgians will care about that. Fortified Church also boosting Max's eco. Feels like Suomi is starting to pull ahead on the naval battles too, I think? I mean, it'd be great if they could keep the Crocs' fish alive, but they kind of need a good dock location for that. The dock up here would be where he wants to fish, but that's where the Max is pushing him. So the Crocs is very dead now. That fishing ship economy is basically useless. 10 of his vills are still idled here. The voice is similar to Hera, really. I've heard similar to T90 before, but we also kind of grew up in a somewhat similar region. So dock going down. And Hulk fight here. Backwards trying to reclaim the water from the Max. Backwards still with a really good score, but he's getting castle dropped. The transport ship from Valessa. Valessa's not done transporting. This is the Suomi team game we like to see. Now he's going to drop a castle on Backwards' wood line. And Backwards has not noticed this. It's clearly in his line of sight, but he hasn't reacted to it. No mangonels, no scorpions for the Celts. Surprise castle drop. He's getting ready to make a bazillion scorpions on the front. I need to hear you tell the chicken story. No one's ever called me or thought that my name was Chicken before. Phonetically, I don't know of another name that sounds like Travis. So I've never really had... Sometimes people don't understand me when I say it, but it's I guess a common enough name. People usually know what it is. I've never had much confusion. There's the occasional people who confuse it with another T name. I'll get the occasional Tristan. Or Tyler. But never, like, phonetic misinterpretation as an animal. So Rat and Archers now from Valessa continuing this push. We'll have Woad Raiders in Rams along with Elephant Rams to push the castle back. There are some vills here doing a workshop and some houses that'll actually wall the castle a bit. Speedy Celt Ram as the Max is up to Imp. And the Crocs has lost his TC. In terms of actual vills, he has 26. I don't even know where they are. They're over here. They're getting hit by the Max's castle. We'll have another workshop for the Crocs. As the slumber camp is up on the wood line in the middle there. And stone walls for Valessa to try to protect the castle from the rams, and he has enough arrow fire that'll take down one of the rams. And the elephant rams will keep trying to push through the stone walls, but there is more walling and repairing behind that. These are only Dravidian elephants too, they're not those extra scary Gajura elephants. Xing over here. We have a couple of rams, so it'll be Samurai and Rams as a last-ditch effort from the Crocs to push the Max and stop him from carrying the game once he's up to Imp. Valessa did invest a lot into this aggression, so it would hurt him to lose it. So the workshop will go down. And Elephants and Rams pushing in on the castle. As the Woad Raiders come around, they'll find the transport ship, but that'll just sail off into the sea. Or into the lake, I guess. And the castle will go down. So they have managed to clear the castle. At the same time, Blue, despite being 1v2, has now amassed a good number of elephants and monks. And managed to slip a couple of TCs out to the side, so he's booming on the side. So The Rams come forward. Woad Raiders attacking Vils. Vils will just hop on the transport. And Valessa says, I'll get out. Well, I'll have a chance. The Ratton's on the transport too, maybe? Woad Raiders attacking the transport. Okay, 10 HP. More than enough. More than enough. He'll come back. And Raid trying to boom over to the side here. If only Valessa walled this well in Black Forest. If only Viper had walled like that in his team's games. So Rams forward along with Samurai. Mangonel's hitting Rams. Mangonel goes down. One's going for conversions. The Trebs will be hit by the Samurai. As Svan Towers comes in for the max. That's a lot of Samurai attacking the castle, but I think Svan Towers will finish. The Elephant might not be able to path with the Samurai there. Yeah, and it's gonna try to find a way to get to the castle. So Svan Towers will finish. There'll be a few repairs from the max. And we'll have a castle now from blue. As the Rams are here. Lots of Woad Raiders, but I feel like Pikemen would be better against the Woad Raiders. Nice Mangonel attack round. And the Monk's going to try to convert some Woad Raiders, and we'll see some Bengali Woad Raiders soon. Oh, there they are. The Bengali Woad Raiders. Lots of Monks going for conversions on elephants as this castle goes up. And the Scorpions have got to be careful by the castle. So it feels like whatever this 2v1 pressure was against blue, that has been stopped by the castle. And double castle drop from Valessa on Raid. Poor Raid. Just can't escape Valessa's castles. Oh, that poor TC. Getting devastated by the arrow fire. Hello, Black Drizzle. So, castle up for backwards. Bills will go build that castle. And the crossbows and Rattan archers here will raid Raid's woodline. Very scary raid. Bills go down. TC's clearing some more Vils. It's a very weak TC here. At 7 HP, and it goes down. Have a dock attacked by Warhulks. Fishing ships going down too. And, I mean, Backwards is still fighting on water. Backwards is the Celts is the highest score in his team. But I feel like Celts aren't really going to want to fight Samurai with Woad Raiders. Definitely not. Is Valessa stealing farms? Yes, he is. Valessa is stealing farms. Remember, stealing farms is insanely good because it resets the food counter. That's one of those little AoE 2 quirks if you're on a map like Lombardia where your bases are next to each other. If you really want to optimize your eco and you have the micro for it as Raid tries to steal a farm back, and Valessa will just ram it, you can actually swap farms back and forth with an ally as Valessa gets it back again. Swapping farms back and forth. And you never actually need to reseed them. It'd be a ton of micro, but maybe early on you could... Like your first round of Castle Age farms or something you could reseed. Okay, elephants go for the ram. And they're trying to save the TC. And they will push the ram back. And there are some repairs. I like that this team is fighting, but now the Woad Raiders and Scorpions are moving forward. And honestly, this blue's under a lot of pressure. And they're just going to kind of have to hope that now with Backwards up to the Imperial Age, he's able to carry against the Max to the point where his teammates can get back into the game. But the Max is hitting the Crocs again. And everyone on Stromy has good villager populations. Backwards basically playing a 1v2.5 right now. Samurai on the same team as the converted Woad Raiders. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, never mind. I got the civs messed up. That happens every so often in the team games. You're looking at a unit that's like looks like it's raiding, and it's like, oh wait, it's a other team. At least Swomi's in the cool colors. I remember in Nations Cup they were in the warm colors for a set, and I couldn't handle it. So there's backwards up to the Imperial Age. As the Rams come in. And, I mean, blue is dying here to the Celts. Having a TC with skirms. Oh, there's another castle drop. Valessa just loves castle dropping these TCs, and the Crocs now cannot catch a break. And he's like, oh, I'll go all the way to the east, but now Valessa finds him. Celts eating TC, also a castle. Celts eating everything. I mean, backwards is hungry. He actually is leading the game in score. That's why his team's still holding on. They're like, maybe the Celts can carry us. We got Woad Raiders everywhere. We have the Samurai, not the other team. Woad Raiders are being effective here. There are some spawn towers. The Woad Raiders maybe can destroy the Trebs. You're going after the Vils, though. I think they need to get the Trebs. They can get one Treb that gets a lot easier to repair. And they do get one. So if Backwards wants to repair, he probably can now. And he'll get the second Treb, actually. There's enough Woads there. Hello, Jeep. How you doing, Jeep? They should decrease the amount of stone on Nomad. I've kind of gotten that feeling, too. That there are tons and tons of castle drops to the point where it just becomes castles everywhere. I don't think they need to decrease the distribution of stone, but maybe instead of 6 tiles per stone, maybe 3 tiles, 3 or 4. It does feel like there's more stone on Nomad than there is on other maps. I'll need to look into that. Yeah, Mac's not making armies a choice. He's trying just to go towers. He has some trade cogs. Wait, what the heck? Swomi is trading in the pond. In the middle of the map. Why? Also, you can make these carry wood now instead of gold. Well, this is a choice for the Max. Alright, well, there's the GG from Backwards. Short trade's better than no trade. As with a very interesting trade line. That'll end the game as I think the Crux is completely dead now. Still only 25 villagers. And just never really got into the game from the initial TC. But that transport ship from Valessa did a lot of damage from the archer raids to the castle drop to, dare I say, securing the map for trade. Yeah, Max is just chilling. He's got some fat slob like fortified walls. He's got TCs. He's booming. But yeah, interesting choice from OS to pick to play against Swomi on Nomad. Nomad probably Swomi's #1 map. Swomi, I think, maybe have definitely fallen off from where they were at their peak, but I thought they were the only team that could really compete with China consistently on Nomad. Them and maybe some whatever form of tyrant there was. GL or Unamaru. Or Secret. T is just a coincidence. T90 is named after some Nike soccer cleats. So the T there is completely arbitrary for him. Nomad changed? What do you mean Nomad changed, the Crux? What do you mean Nomad changed? I mean, there's been a lot of changes over the years to Nomad with the fish dropping off. Meta upside down. Yeah, I guess the fish garrisoning, too, changes it a lot. So the fish booming has a huge impact. So what were the civs? That was Celts, Japanese, and Dravidians. So the reason they picked Nomad there was they really focused on the fish booming civs. I was kind of surprised not to see 2P on Nomad. Blackwood Archer castle drops, I think, are absolutely crazy. And what was that? That was Bengalis, Georgians, and Vietnamese for Suomi. They're the best 1 year ago for sure on Nomad. Played many Nomads with them. Great. So I think that's all the league sets for today. And, see, I still think a Gaia Dock needs to be in either the corners to make fighting for water more needed. Water changes killed Nomad. That's why for Black Forest we disabled garrisoning on the docks. Because the garrisoning changed the map too much. Alright, so how have things gone on YouTube? Has the 4K stream worked? YouTube is telling me the stream is healthy, so I think I finally resolved all of the Windows 11 plus capture age issues I was having. I have a bit of work to do on my end still on overlays and stuff, but I think we're improving, and we should have a wonderful 4K experience on YouTube now. There's a bit of a longer delay. There's like 20 to 30 seconds between chat and when it appears on stream, but yeah, I don't know, you missed the set? Well, the VOD is on YouTube, Bob. If you want to watch in 4K. So when we back, they won their set. But let's maybe look at the bracket. AoE to the league. I'll wait for the ad to end, then we'll look at the bracket. If I check the brackets page. Now, I guess, as you can see, I've opened the website, and it has bathed my face in an illuminating white light. So warning that when I open the brackets, it's going to be very bright. Alright, those Escape Team Game days. So here are the brackets. Is there a dark mode for the website? Is there a dark mode for the website? Okay, maybe if I open it up in a dark reader. That made it worse. I don't see a dark mode for the website. But we're just going to go for it. We're going to look at the brackets, which is a very bright website. And here we are, bracket 1. We have Darkside versus Club Olimpo. They're the closest matchup in the first round. The winner faces Tag. The Amigos here. Amigos, Wonders B, and Darkside all being in one bracket interests me. And the Onamaru Barbatacos will be probably the favorite. Actually, them and Nocturna. This will be an interesting bracket here. If we get to, indeed, Onamaru versus Nocturna. And we could have LY versus Suomi. Or LY versus Zhongsheng, which is basically LYA versus LYB, but they kind of split off into Zhongsheng for this. So, only 4 brackets this time. Sunday will be less crazy. Dark mode extension is amazing. That's why I always make a dark mode on my websites, and I make them respect the user's default operating system preference, and also let them change it. Little things like that are important. Yeah, missing one of LY and Suomi, right, will be brutal, but Suomi did lose in the previous one, or in the previous qualifier. And LY, honestly, losing to Wonders was, to me, a shock, but it was nice seeing ACCM, Sebastian, and Lucho somehow form a very good team. ACCM is a great team game player. Honestly, as great as the, like, Yo, Lix, and Vivi teams have been, part of me feels that for, like, LANs and stuff, it'd be great if Yo and ACCM played together. Because they're always practicing together, taking their smoke breaks together at LANs. Can you adjust trade rate on a map? What do you mean trade rate? As in the amount of gold trade carts collect? I don't think so. You could adjust the speed of trade carts, which like indirectly affects that. I don't know if you can change how much they actually carry. Yeah, exactly. Wonders definitely has the better 1v1 players over Lix and Vivi, but didn't know what to expect from the team chemistry, but that turned out to be really good. Spanish have a bonus. You know, maybe it is then. Maybe it is. The Spanish do have a bonus. I'll have to see how that's implemented. It might be possible. Might be possible. Anyway, just gonna have this one short stream today. YouTube stream looks great. Smiley face. Thank you. Thank you. And oh, thank you, Dodo, for the raid. We're actually just about to end and raid someone, though. So thank you for the raid. But, yeah, we just casted the league. This was the only league set today. I'm gonna find someone who is... I'm gonna raid Mandingolingo because they are casting hamsters versus clowns. I got a bit of work I need to do myself today, but we'll be back tomorrow and keep an eye out for the Rage Forest schedule, as we'll be getting those sets scheduled for the rest of the week today. Greetings from the Finnish stream. Oh, thank you, thank you. There's 1 in 2 hours. Hello, RBase. Yeah, I know there's more hamsters versus clowns, but there's one right now. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the 4K stream on YouTube.